Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Brittany and today I'm going to be sharing with you the latest ATCs or artist trading cards that I received, as well as make some with you. So I believe where I left off, let me just see here so there's no spoilers, was with this one up here. Remember I told you guys it was a little risque, so I had to cover it up. So since then, I've gotten these ones here, which I think are super cute. I love trading artist trading cards and seeing what everybody comes up with. Here are some more. These ones are gorgeous. This artist created these with colored pencils, and they're so beautiful. And they have some really great fine detail as well. I was very impressed when I got those. This is a really gorgeous collage, layered collage, which is beautiful. This one was actually created with fabric scraps, which I thought that was pretty cool. They're all so pretty and unique. And here's some more. This one, it looks like they either hand stitched this or maybe used a sewing machine. Most likely hand stitched because of that curve. I thought this one was pretty neat. There's so many different ways you can make an artist trading card. I love the line work on this one. This one I think is pretty neat. It looks like they used magazine clippings to make the petals of the flower, and then they just went over it again with a black marker. And then this one actually used little wooden cutouts, which I thought was different. So yeah, those are the latest ones that I have received. Now I do have two swaps coming up, two trades coming up. So that is why I want to start making some ATCs with you guys today. And one of them is themed. The other one is a potluck, so I can make whatever I want. And I decided what I was going to do was take the art that I made in my art class last semester and my abstract art that I made here on the channel with you for my 2025 Bible journal tabs, the background of them. And I'm just going to cut these down into 2.5 by 3.5 or 3-inch trader cards, and then I'm going to do designs over top of this art. So I thought that would be pretty neat. So I'm going to get started on that. Well, guys, looks like I'm going to have just enough of my little QR papers. So that worked out. I did run out of my double-sided glue runner, so I found this double-sided tape at Staples the other day when I was doing some errands. It's by Scotch brand, and this is my first time using it. I like it. I think I might start using it from now on, like in my junk journals and things. It gives me a little bit more control, so I like that. But Now that we have those 4 pieces of art that I created, which would be the 2025 Bible Journal background tab artwork that was abstract, and then the 3 stamp carving artworks that I made for my art class last semester. This is how many artist trading cards that gave me. Quite a few. Much more than what I'm going to be able to use for my 2 upcoming trades or swaps. But I will say that because I cut them down, no 2 are the same. Each one is very unique. And when I send these out into the world, whoever gets these is actually going to get a real piece of my artwork that I made either here on the channel with you guys or that I made in class. So that's pretty unique. These are going to be the only ones like that unless I make art in a future class that I want to cut down and share. So my QR code, it just leads to my Instagram for anybody who wants to see like my photography or my other artwork. I do tag the artists that make the artist trading cards that I receive. So I'm just going to pick one of each and get started on making some art with you. And then I'm going to sign the back and put today's date. Well, I'll just put today's date. I don't need to sign it. My name's already on there. And then I'm going to get these ready for the mail. So I'm going to go ahead and date them now so that whenever I get the paint on them, all they have to do is dry. So today is May 22nd, I believe, 2025. And I did pick 6 individuals to swap with for the themed swap. And then the potluck, or the one that you can kind of do whatever, there's no theme to, it actually is like there's no limit. You could just send as many as you want. The only requirement is that you send, I think, 2 or 3 ATCs to that one. I think that one's 3, and then the one that has a theme is 2 ACTs, or ATCs. So I'm gonna make these ones for the potluck because I've already done art in the background, and then the ones that have little to no artwork, like this one here and this one, I'm probably going to use for the themed swap, just because I'll have more space, blank space, to put the theme on them. So for these ones, what I was thinking of doing is doing a little bit of painting. And because I save my packaging from supplies and stuff, I have these beautiful inserts that were included with a stamp set that I got that were stained glass windows. They were stickers. And so I thought, why throw those away? I can turn those into stencils for my journals, for ATCs, what have you. So I'm going to try to use some of those today on these. And I'm just going to use some black paint and a little sponge brush to try to make like a silhouette window. So let me get a piece of paper for my background here. Just so I don't get paint on my desk, which, as you can see, I've done that a lot. I don't think it would hurt it any. You just give it some character. So I'm going to start with this green one, which was part of my 2025 Bible Journal abstract art that I did here on the channel. And I'm just going to pick one of these. Let me see here. I think I'm going to go with the green. I think that one would look good. And I'm just going to go to the top of the card and see if I can make like a silhouette window. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. We're just going to go with it. And hopefully it turns out for the best. So far, so good. I don't know if I want it to be entirely black or if I want it to kind of match the background and be spotty where you can kind of see through it. We'll see. I think that if I left it a little spotty with some see-through spots, it would kind of give a vintage look. So we'll see how that looks. Okay. Ooh, that turned out good. I like that. I'm very happy with that one. I don't think I'm going to do anything more to that. That looks pretty awesome. So that turned out pretty good. Now for this one, I think what I'm going to do is use one of my Tim Holtz stencils with my flowers, because this was a flower stamp that I did for my class. I actually have it right here. This stamp here, I talked about this on the channel before if you saw that video. And then this one here is a flower stamp also that I did for class. So I think those will turn out pretty neat. But this one I wanted to do a flower on. So it would kind of be like a play on the stamp design that I did. Let's see if I can get this one to look like a silhouette also. I can't tell if I'm on the card or if I'm off the card. Again, I think I'm going to leave this one a little splotchy. Oh, that looks awesome. I love the black and gold. That really turned out nice. I don't think I'm going to do anything else to that one either. I gotta wash these, so I'll just leave them to the side. Okay, so now for our last one. I don't know if I want to do another window or if I kind of want to use this other Tim Holtz one. I think I'm going to use the other Tim Holtz. It's a pretty design. It reminds me of the Art Deco designs with the buildings in New York, like the Empire State Building. Yeah, so I think I'm going to use this one. Just line it up about there. And then I think what I'm going to do is kind of stay into, I'm not going to do the whole stencil if I can help it. I'm just going to kind of stay in the pointed zones, if that makes sense. Get some more paint here. That might be too much. Just to kind of keep with the shape of the stencil. Okay. That looks pretty cool. I'm happy with those. Very happy with those. I think my favorite one though, oh, it's hard to choose. I think my favorite one might be the green one, just because I did the abstract art for the background of my 2025 Bible journal tabs, and this particular window stencil that I decided to use reminds me of like the church windows for like Ireland and Scotland, and so I think that one might be my favorite. But once these dry, I'm going to get them packaged up and in the mail. They're going to go in the mail tomorrow to their swap partners, and I'm going to be sending my art out into the world. So whoever receives these, I hope that you love them. I like all of them. I think they turned out great. Very cute little silhouettes. And yeah, that's what I have for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching and enjoying this moment of creativity with me. I hope that you enjoyed this. Maybe got some ideas for how to use some packaging as stencils. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!